Hello everyone, you're all looking fabulous today. Welcome back to Enhanced Edition, and today we're going to be taking a look at RiD Megatronus, the Toys R Us exclusive version, with ToyHack's Reprolabels for the non-Toys R Us exclusive RiD Megatronus. It's essentially the same figure. There's some slight coloration differences here and there, as well as the head sculpt, which, we'll get into a bit more as the video goes on, but for now, we're just going to carry on. So, as you may recall from the figure study video, there's going to be a link down there. I actually really like this figure. It's a lot of fun to mess with. The transformation is fun and interesting, and it just looks cool despite its simplicity. And I really, really like this thing. And now I've got the Reprolabels for it and put the Reprolabels on, and I love it even more. I am not exaggerating when I say that this may actually end up being my favorite overall toy acquisition for 2018. There's just something about this design, this transformation, this style, this deco that appeals to me on pretty much every conceivable level. And as is always the case with Reprolabels, I didn't really notice just how much detail was lacking until I put the stickers on, and then it was like, oh, okay, this makes a world of difference. You gonna join? Okay. And while we're on the subject of looking fabulous, hi Astrid. Oh, you lovable dork. Anyway, yes, Reprolabels for the vehicle mode. There's actually a lot on here that you may not notice at first, but again, lots of little stuff that really adds up and improves things overall to a surprising degree. First and foremost, with the lighting, it's easier to see it. You've got the metallic purple details in the treads now, which is definitely nice. I like how those pop when the light hits them. When the light doesn't hit them, you can barely see that they're there, which is a bit I kind of wish they were brighter in that regard, but then they probably wanted to match this purple here, so that's fine. It's just a shame that you can only really see it when the light catches it a certain way. One thing that kind of surprised me, there's actually a couple of stickers that go on this joint here just to add a little bit more color and detail, which seems completely superfluous, but I actually like how it enhances the detailing of the treads a little bit. There's also a sticker that goes along here that kind of covers up some of this light gray, which, again, seems superfluous, but it really goes a long way to making this less intrusive. And there's metallic turquoisey blue above the treads there, and then there's also stickers for the missile racks and a little purple line on top there, which also helps just add a little bit more color to what would otherwise be a lot of dark gray. Wasn't sure if I wanted to add these at first because these missile pods are already painted on this figure. They're like a purple color, but as I was thinking about it, it's like you can't really see the individual pods that well. Like, they're molded in there, but it's all dark purple inside dark gray plastic, so this really helps them stand out. That definitely looks like a missile pod now. It works. I like what that adds to the lower half of the vehicle mode. And we'll get into more of this stuff when we get to the robot mode, as well as the stuff on the back there. And then along the top, there are these little venti details here, which I kind of wish they covered these up. I probably could have put them there, but I didn't, and now I'm kind of regretting it. But it's okay. It's fine. If I really wanted to, I could probably peel them off and stick them back over there, but I'm not that broken up about it. I at least like that they add a little bit more to the top there, because this whole cannon section was a bit plain up top before the labels, and now with just a couple of small changes, it actually does stand out a lot better. Like with these bits here, and then these light blue stickers on the tip there. These purple stickers that I added here, these are not actually meant to go there. These are the inner circles for these rings that go on the tank treads. The reason I put these here is because in the non-Toys R Us version, this raised bit here, where my finger is, that is painted the same purple as this. But in this version, it's not painted at all. So I wanted to get a little bit of that purple in there, so I decided I'd add some purple dots. Kind of looks like lights in a way. I think it works. And then on the side here, This whole thing and this little purple strip here is all one big sticker, and it's nice. I kind of wish that this wrapped around and you got a little bit of that dark gray up here, but overall I think it's okay. From this angle, it looks nice. And I like that that purple is being brought in some more places along the barrel here. Like in the this little strip here. This was originally the same turquoise here, but I kind of like the purple. It kind of matches with that. This little purple detail is just kind of going around this bit here. And again, I just like how that metallic purple is being brought into more spots on the toy. I think it looks really nice. There were these things, which I hated putting on. These little silver bits that go on the inside there for the cannon. I'm not entirely sure that they're necessary, but it is what it is. And there is a sticker that kind of wraps around the scalpel spear thing, which I wasn't going to add at first, and then I thought, what the heck, if I hate it, I can take it off. And I don't hate it. I think the colors and designs fit well with what's going on with the rest of the sticker set, but I don't think it works super well as a weapon. It sort of makes this look not like a weapon anymore, which we'll see more when we get into robot mode. Almost forgot these bits here. These little metallic purpley bits in the front of the tank there. And these little ones on the sides, those were also a pain to get in because those are tiny. This is also annoying because it's covering a screw hole, and so getting that lined up and not pushed in was also kind of a pain. But it looks good. You know, it doesn't really do much in robot mode, but it's fine. Covers up the screw hole at least. It is what it is, and what it is still pretty dang cool. I mean, I really like the subtle changes that these stickers bring to everything. It's most noticeable right up in the turret and gun barrel, but there are a lot of little changes throughout that really do add up and make a difference, as is the case with virtually every single Reprolabels set I've ever done a video on. Anyway, moving on to the robot mode proper, this is where the real magic happens. I mean, I liked the set before, but this is where it makes the biggest difference, and I love it for that. There's so much to this that I absolutely love that's changed. And again, not a huge deal. Like, if you're looking at a stock version of the figure out of the box, and then you were looking at this, you may not notice a lot of the really small changes. Like, some of the big ones are obvious, like the Decepticon logo in the chest there, but there's a lot of stuff that's been changed here that I really, really like. For example, all of this is the sides of the gun barrels, so that's all the same, but you've got that nice color break up there. I still think it could have wrapped around, but again, not a huge deal. And you also get a little bit of that metallic purple showing off in the forearms, which is great. Starting from the bottom and working our way up, we've got the tank tread stuff, which is all the same, except now that color kind of pops a little bit better, especially in this light. And little turquoisey blue bits for the toes, which is a small detail, but it's nice. These bits for the knees are new, and I like that, how you've got that dark gray with the metallic purple trim, and the turquoise bits there that kind of mimic what you've got going on up here. And also, there are these little turquoise bits for these, You went up, honey? You're not gonna let me finish filming tonight, are you? Honey, you are adorable and I love you, but I really want to get this done. And so these little indents on the knees also get some metallic turquoisey stickers, which, again, subtle detail, but I really like it. I really like how those pop. It's also a little bit of turquoise on the thighs there, which is not really necessary and you don't really notice it, but I can appreciate that it's there. And then for the forearms, you actually get a little bit of dark gray and turquoise up around the bicep. I said forearms, I'm sorry, I meant bicep. And even on the back, you get some of that too. And then, of course, you got the vents there. And all of that looks great. Now, before I get to the meat and potatoes that I really, really love, I'm just going to look at the back real quick, because there are actually a fair number of changes on the back too. The butt has those stickers there, which is fine. You actually get some purple on the back here, and these two circles are actually from the tread things, like those aren't normally used, but I kind of wanted to use everything, and I thought, I'll stick them down there for a little added detail. A little bit more purple there. These really nice kind of vent-looking turquoise and gray striped bits for the backs of the shoulders that you only see in robot mode because this part's facing down in the vehicle mode. And there you can also see the backs of the biceps. And then on the shoulder blades here, you can see these stickers here that are like a dark gray and metallic-y turquoise. These are actually meant to be the visor in the head, but that's for the non-Toys R Us version, which has the open visor, and you can see his face. It's a different visor design. The slats are horizontal rather than vertical, and it's a different shape, kind of. So those won't work there, but I thought putting them back there is actually not bad because it adds a little bit more cohesive detail with like what's going on in the upper body here with these new stickers. And it kind of looks like venting when it's in vehicle mode. So, I don't know, I just thought that was a cool way to reuse those stickers, not let them go to waste. Now, for the torso, this is where all the love really went in this sticker set. Or at least all of my love goes. You got 3 stickers for the pelvis area, which adds some lighter gray and some of that shiny purple. And it's fine as the dark gray, but I actually do kind of like it like this. This matches up with this on the forearms a bit, and also it doesn't quite match with these, but it's close enough that it doesn't really bother me, but it still stands out as its own thing, so I kind of appreciate that. And then you've got some metallic purple for the belly section, and some dark gray and metallic purple striping going around the ribs there. And that also is good, because this is like a light gray plastic normally in this toy, and this just adds a little bit more interest to the detailing there. And now this strip that goes up the middle here, on the regular version of this toy, it's actually that dark metallic purple, so this darker gray actually makes sense for these stickers because it's covering up some of that dark purple, and you'd have some of the dark purple shining through there. It doesn't do that here, but I applied them anyway because I felt like the darker gray, it doesn't match the dark gray, but it does match the darker gray for the other stickers that have dark gray in them. So it still ties everything together cohesively. And at a glance, it doesn't look that much different than the dark gray shades that are already there. So it's like a subtle shade difference that I actually really like. And you can see a little bit of the details kind of poking through there as well. And I really like how that worked out. I unfortunately ripped the sticker, taking it off the sheet when I was applying this one. So like you can't really notice it at a glance, but it is torn and I had to kind of fix it. And then the pecs, again, the lighter gray and these metallic-y purple bits. Not a fan of the fact that there are little designs in there, because seeing those in non-beneficial lighting conditions and try and get those at least not necessarily lined up right, but getting them lined up so that they kind of mirror each other, that was a pain. And my eyes are not as good as they used to be, I hate to admit. But it looks good, and I do like how the lighter gray kind of almost makes that darker gray look like intentional trim, and it kind of pulls into all this, and also this helps to make that dark gray look a bit like intentional trim. And a little bit more dark gray up there, and then of course the chest sticker that covers up that really horrible QR code thing that they do with the RiD figures. That looks good. I like how this all works together. That is a good time, and I really like what this set does for Megatronus. I like it so much. And as I said, I was a fan of Megatronus already, and it was already a figure that I was very fond of. But the way these stickers enhance what's already here is really impressive. I mean, I know that that's kind of what Reprolabels do. It's their thing, but this is, as far as the sets that I have, one of, if not the most successful sticker set in terms of the amount of difference it makes in improving the visual appeal of the figure. I just really like the way that this color gets broken up, and the slight color shifts and slight tonal changes here and there throughout the figure that really draw your eye. And yeah, you're technically adding more colors and making the color scheme a little bit more complicated, but I still think it works because everything still matches. Like, this dark gray is the same as this dark gray. This dark gray, which is lighter than this dark gray, is the same as this dark gray. This lighter gray is the same as this lighter gray. This metallic purple is pretty much the same throughout. The metallic turquoise is pretty much the same throughout. It's all very surprisingly cohesive, and it works so well. I love this figure as it is, but with these stickers, it is, I don't want to say perfect, but almost exactly what I would consider perfect for what it is. Without making any engineering changes to this figure, I feel like this is as close to perfect as this figure is going to get without breaking out paints. It is fantastic. Oh, and quick look at the weapon. There you can see that detailing, which, again, it's not bad detailing. I don't dislike it. It just doesn't make it look like much of a weapon to me anymore. Now it just kind of looks like a stick, or like a circuit board on the end of a stick. And the head remains completely unchanged for this figure. But to reiterate, this is the Toys R Us exclusive Megatronus, not the regular Megatronus, which this sticker set was actually made for. So there are some differences. That being said, I just love this thing. I love this thing so much. It is absolutely worth checking out if you have a Megatronus. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love how this deco comes together. Anyway, that is going to do it for the Toys R Us exclusive Robots in Disguise Megatronus with Toy Hacks Reprolabels for the not Toys R Us version of Megatronus. Thank you everybody for watching, and you better believe we've still got more of these coming. Oh yes.